don't blame the governments, I don't blame the system, I don't blame the bureaucrats, I blame each and every individual who needs and uses water. In any case, the time is coming when we have already reached a kind of no return point, but we have to make an effort to sustain our life. All civilizations, whenever they came, the Indus Valley, the Mesopotamian, any civilization which came, it settled near the river. That is the importance of water. Anyway, I have been working, it was out of passion, I've been working in the field for sometimes all alone, sometimes with a team of people, sometimes bringing in machines to do some drilling, and it was a passion, and I had the resources and the money to do those experiments. I was fortunate enough, I'm fortunate enough. I try to understand why systems fail, what is happening, what happens. And I realized that when the water is flowing to the lower courses and it is reacting with the soil, it is making the soil impermeable. And this is one of the reasons why over years with this process, you have nadis developed in villages. Nadi is a depression area where you have water filled in. That water you can see for 12 months, somewhere 8 months. You have buffaloes taking bath there, you have children swimming in that water, but that water stands, and that nadi has a floor which is as hard as Italian marble. And that is because of the reaction of, as a matter of fact, people always think that a farmer, after his farming, he has to till his land again. Wapis hal chalata hai wo. Why does he do this? People will say that is because the nutrients he has to bring in the nutrients back, so he's churning the soil. The fact is that nutrients you can provide on the surface superfluously. But he will not be able to grow his crop because he will not be able to water the next plantation, because that film has developed on this. So he has to till that ground, he has to break that film, and then he starts his farming. ये नाड़ी बनने का प्रोसेस, ये सब चीजें पानी का और उसका एक रिएक्शन है. सिल्ट, रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टर का सिर दुखता है सिल्ट के नाम से. Why can't we understand, realize this, that the natural phenomenon is a natural phenomenon, we cannot combat it. हम लोग कितने रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टर्स हैं, आर्किटेक्ट्स हैं, कुछ भी हैं, अभी भूकंप आएगा, we'll all have to run out. We have no way to control it. Wind will flow from north to south, it will flow from north to south. You can't change the direction. Rain-laden clouds will come over Jaipur, but it will not precipitate. नहीं होगी बारिश. You can't do anything about it. तो natural phenomenon को, what is silt? Silt is the lightest particle of soil which gets suspended in water. So when the water will flow, the silt will get suspended. रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टर क्या करता है, पहले वो एक डीसिल्टिंग टैंक बनाता है, इधर से पानी आएगा, it will come in this tank, the silt is going to settle down, and then after decantation, clean water will go to my structure. It will not work. Number one, silt will not settle down. If it settles down at all, it is going to take days to settle down. In the monsoon season, there is so much of turbulence, there is so much of suspended silt. And then if you are desilting, then ultimately that silt level comes to that level where your outlet pipe is choked and your structure dies because it is not getting water. And who's going to clean the silt again and again? And why are we afraid of silt? It's common sense. Flowing water will have silt, and lower forces, the silt will deposit. So first and foremost, I have left it to the nature. I am only a facilitator. I have made a passage for the water to get in. Now my second question is, the desilting I am not looking at, and I actually don't look at it. गांव में जहाँ pond होते हैं, पानी आता है, डीमराना, 200, there are lot many places where I have worked. पानी जब आता है तो उसकी क्वांटिटी कंट्रोल नहीं होती है, उसका पहले वो पॉन्ड भरता है, and thereafter it overflows into the village. Now the villagers said, we don't want this flooding. But at the same time, we don't want you to make this water disappear. तो हमने कहा ठीक है, तुमको कितना फीट पानी चाहिए? 5 feet, okay. So we put in our structure, I called it a shaft, and we put in cement rings around it till 5 feet height. And whenever the pond wanted to overflow, it was the structure which was taking in the water. Now who's going to make desilting tanks there? Who's going to supervise those structures? Who is going to do the cleaning and maintenance?
When conventional methods have been replaced by electric motors, natural groundwater recharge has to be supported by artificial recharge. Because we forgot this, we are suffering. Yeah, next. I've been observing lots of regulations. I'm not on the subject basically, but I am into the subject. We have seen lots of slides and lot of charts and tables. I'm actually into the subjects. I've experienced all these things. I've observed all these things, and I have analyzed them in my mind. And so, what is coming are basically my thoughts on this subject. And if the concerned people can bring about some changes, it's going to help. We talk about regulations. There are a lot of regulations. You deposit money in PPF, you get income tax benefit. You deposit, you take LIC policy, you get income tax benefit. You do rainwater harvesting, you get nothing. You get subsidy on diesel, on gas, on petrol, on lot many things. You don't get a single penny as subsidy if you are doing rainwater harvesting. I mean, I have attended hundreds of lectures, Rotary Club lectures, Lions Club lectures in 5-star hotels over lunches and dinners talking on the water crisis. But where are we? What are we doing about it? It is not just a simple thing like a structure which is sending water down to the aquifers. This is where is the motivation? And over and above, if anybody who makes the rainwater harvesting structure, any contractor, anybody, he has to pay 12.36% as service tax to the government. Is it not ridiculous? Where is the motivation? And there is a lot of talk about water conservation. We are afraid of drawing water. Why are we afraid of drawing water? You think can we reduce withdrawal of water? There is a regulation which says for construction activity you are not permitted to put up a bore well. You can't draw water for construction activity. Fair enough. But then there is no construction activity which can take place without water. What is that person going to do? He is going to buy water in tankers. And from where is the tanker fellow bringing water? He is not manufacturing water. From the adjoining plot where there is a borewell, tube well, he is pulling water from there and bringing and selling it here. So the net-to-net impact on the aquifer is the same. Where is the significance of this regulation? Apart from this, nobody has ever calculated that the subsidy which the government gives on diesel, that diesel is burnt by this tanker fellow, and that loss is to the government. If the petrol government, diesel government is buying at 100 rupees a liter and selling at 50 rupees, 50 rupees a liter the government is losing on this diesel which is burnt for nothing. It's a national loss. There are thousands and thousands of such tankers that move around in Rajasthan throughout the day. All of them are leaking, with having leaking walls and making a trail on the road. Hundreds of MCM of water is lost every day because of this transportation spillage. Nobody is concerned. Regulation is simple. No borewell can be dug for construction activity, which is ridiculous. Same aquifer, same quantum of water, same is the electricity consumption, everything is the same. Only thing is, some people are involved, higher cost, cost of construction goes up. Then we are not bold enough. हम एरिया को क्लासिफाई कर दिया notified. Now what does notified mean? No more new bore wells. Absurd. Either you have the courage to say no more water withdrawal from any bore well. This farmer can withdraw water because he has a old bore well. This farmer who doesn't have a bore well now has to sit here and watch this farmer do the cultivation, and he cannot dig a bore well. The same aquifer is there. If he is drawing 100 cubic meters every day, tell him to draw 50, give him 50. And what can you, and where is the regulation when this fellow, he starts selling water to this fellow? The quantum of water drawn is the same. We have made a regulation.